Hey guys, B2 Delta from 101, and this is a show on paintball grease and lube, lubrication in general. So, a lot of people ask what type of lube should I use for my paintball gun. Now in theory, paintball grease is pretty much all the same, other than the fact that there's greases and there's actual lube, like water kind of material. Either for spool valve guns, they generally like grease. Most spool valve guns are going to have the same effect though with the grease. There's not going to be much difference putting on hater sauce compared to Planet Eclipse sauce or Planet Eclipse grease, from what I've found. So you don't really need to worry there. You just kind of pick your favorite and use it. The only thing that actually makes a huge difference is when you use Dow 55, because it actually swells your O-rings. The rest just keep your O-rings moist, which is good for preventing friction in your gun, which will cause all sorts of issues. O-ring wearing down, or O-rings wearing down faster, etc. I guess my favorite lube I've ever used is monkey poo. Although they all mostly are the same, I've just found this to be my preference because it seems to be pretty thick. It stays on very easily. It doesn't chunk up. Stays nice and greased up. And it's also worked very well on the Geo 2.1 I have. I stopped using the Eclipse lube actually and switched to monkey poo, and I've had no issues since. I definitely recommend that product from oringmonkey.com. You won't regret it. But yeah, basically the grease is used for spool valve markers. It's good for that type of marker because it keeps things moist without having to maintain it constantly. Spool valve guns are very picky too, so you want to make sure you put on a decent amount of grease, but you don't want too much that you cause bolt stick. So you want a nice light grease, but one that will stay on and not get all mushy in your gun. The lubricant, like this is used mainly for guns like Egos with the rammer, and it's also meant for markers like Tippmann. You can easily just put this stuff on. It's a very thin lube, doesn't last very long, needs to be maintained more often I find, but it still does its purpose. Definitely spool valve guns and actually regulators in general need the grease because it lasts longer. That's pretty much why. You don't want a runny lube. It needs to stay in place where it is and keep the O-ring wet. So yeah, that's my little video on greases. Pretty much any lube, like I said, will work for your gun. If it's a spool valve gun, definitely use hater sauce, slick honey, monkey poo, Eclipse grease, all that sort of stuff. It's all going to work. Slick lube even works. I've used it in my G6R and markers like that, and it's fine. So definitely don't worry when it comes to lube. Just use whatever you find best. As long as it's got some sort of a Dow 33 base to it, it will be fine. So that's my video. Thanks for watching.